What's up, my YouTube peeps? I'm coming at you with some well-needed information. You know what it is. We're in October. It's about to be Thanksgiving. I know there's a bunch of you out there that needs help. You just decided you want to be plant-based. You've been doing it for a couple months, a year. You're not quite there yet. You don't quite have your finger wrapped around it, and you need some help. But before we get into all of that, my name is Ed Harris, and consider me your guide. All right, consider me your go-to person for all things plant-based on this here YouTube channel. All right, you've seen the rest. Now come check out the best. All right, no, I'm just joking. No jabs to all my plant-based people out there. I'm just saying I am different than the rest of them, and you will come to find out this by joining this channel, by subscribing, by turning on your notifications, and all that groovy stuff. All right. So what I wanted to do today was I wanted to share with you a few of the things I feel is very necessary when it comes to getting ready for the holiday season, especially for Thanksgiving, because that's the biggest holiday we have next besides Halloween. All right, we don't really need to cook and plan for that. All right, so it's so serious that I actually made a list. All right, so we're gonna just go over a few of these things, and bear with me 1 second because we're about to get into character. All right, so hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining CNN, and I don't mean CNN as in the news you watch on the TV. This is Cooking News Network. All right, this is the first time you've heard this, and please, I've coined it. Chef Ed Harris here, October 11, 2023. It's the first time you're hearing CNN Cooking News Network. Now, for today's news, ladies and gentlemen. See, this is how the news people do it, just so you know what's up. I'm serious when I have papers in my hands. All right, so you need to plan your menu. You need to plan your weekend, your week for Thanksgiving. What do you do? There's a list of things. I'm going to go down this list of things, and then I'm going to give you a nice surprise at the end. All right, there's a few things that you need to take really seriously. First things first, you need to plan your menu. You need to figure out what you're going to do. You need to figure out who's coming, so you know what kind of food you're going to be providing. You know what kind of sides, dishes. You already know the mentality of the people that are coming, so you know what you have to do. So make sure you plan out your menu, otherwise you're heading into a disaster. All right, next up, you need to gather the ingredients. Of course, there are tons of places you can go for really amazing plant-based stuff, and if you need more information on that, just hit me up. Leave a comment down below. I will gladly help you out and point you in the right direction. Okay, number 3, we got to pay attention to the substitutions. All right, plant-based cooking is super serious, but what makes it more serious is when you know what to substitute for what. And I like to tell people that when you're going plant-based and you're trying to be more vegan, more plant-based, don't opt to replace meat for meat. Like, that is like one of the worst things you can do to yourself. Like, you're setting yourself up for failure immediately. Like, don't go looking for something to replicate eggs. Don't go looking for something to replicate a steak, right? Or a whole roasted turkey or a bird. Like, just chill out with all of that, all right? Just do a bunch of delicious sides, and that is your meal. Some sides, some appetizers, some sauces, some desserts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, we're gonna get into more of that later. Number 4, this is your opportunity to really have fun and experiment and explore different cuisines, different cultures, right? This is your chance to, if you've been thinking about doing Indian food, you can do a nice curry for Thanksgiving. Yes, like, we don't have to go traditional. Like, who said Thanksgiving should just be turkey, gravy, cranberry, and stuffing? Like, that's boring. Like, it's cool, but been there, done that. You know what I mean? So this is your opportunity to switch it up, to create new generations of expectations and new ideas going forward. All right. Number 5, of course, is meal prep. This is super important because being plant-based, meal prep is one of the key things to really being successful at it, right? And meal prepping for Thanksgiving means maybe having your bread getting old, stale, cubing it up, baking it off so it's nice and ready for your stuffing. Getting your oils and your vinegars ready for your vinaigrettes, your dressings, cutting up vegetables, roasting it maybe ahead of time. We're talking if it's a day or 2 before Thanksgiving, right? We're not talking like weeks in advance, all right? You want to pay attention to that. The next thing I would say is time management, right? You want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on what needs to be done, how much time you have to do it, and how it's going to look, the time frame is going to take. All right. Another one I would say is communicate with the people coming. Let them know that you're going to be doing a plant-based menu. You're going to not be offering any meat or anything like that. This is what we're going to be doing. If you feel that you're going to want more, and I don't think you will need more, but let's just say, because there's some people that feel because there's no meat, they're not going to be full. So for those people, you can tell them, one, they can come and cook there and bring some stuff to cook, or they can bring a pot, they can bring a dish, and they can share with people that want to eat more meat. All right, so that's just something to pay attention to. Of course, there's the music that's gonna be popping, focusing on flavors, right? Being able to create different cultures of flavors. So if you're doing Indian theme, if you're doing Moroccan, you're doing African, Caribbean, you can even do a mix, combinations of Thai and Caribbean. It's all out there for us, all right? And there's tons of recipes on my channel already that's touching on a lot of these different things from different parts of the world. We have food from Africa, we have food from the Caribbean, we have food from Asia on my channel. Like, we have a lot. So you already have a nice base to start from, all right? Then, of course, there's desserts. Desserts, last but not least, is desserts. You gotta have some sweet stuff on hand, and we're talking chocolate pie, we're talking pecan pie, pumpkin pie. All of these can be done plant-based and taste actually really good. Even cookies, cakes, there's some breads involved. And then last but not least, leftovers. There's always leftovers on Thanksgiving, depending on what house you're in, depending on who's cooking. Some people cook too much, some people cook just enough. But if you do have leftovers, there's always a way to bring it back to life and reuse it again, okay? But that's kind of it in terms of getting ready for Thanksgiving. But if you want more information on getting ready for Thanksgiving, then you're in luck. I am literally working on a cookbook right now that is just about Thanksgiving. So there's a bunch of appetizers, there's a bunch of sides, there's all kinds of yummy stuff, sauces, gravies, there's even desserts. So it's a complete book that you can pick delicious ideas from for your Thanksgiving. All right. So make sure, if you want a copy of this, to check out the website knifeandspoon.com and put your email in the email subscribe community list. So this way, as soon as this book is ready, which will be in a couple of days, you'll be able to be notified so you can get your copy of it. But it's going to give you a ton of information. It's going to elaborate more on the things we touched on today. It's also going to elaborate on what you need to do when you're actually hosting a Thanksgiving get together that is 100% plant-based. All right, so that's it for CNN today, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Ed Harris, and I want to thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, share, turn on your notifications. All right, and I'll see you on the next video while we do something more spectacular in the plant-based realm. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm wishing you an amazing day and the rest of your week, and I will see you next Sunday. Peace.